All right, welcome back. Uh, Sound Diversified Diecast. Let's start off with if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Support's greatly appreciated. Like, tag, share, etc. Um, Had a little mishap on some filming go on tonight. We're going to have to figure out how to do some voiceovers on the Friday Night Greenlight. So if you don't see one get posted tonight, my apologies. We'll have to get that corrected. It was basically just probably a number of 5 or 6 Kings of Crunch trucks and a Greenlight Suburban. But I want to talk about the Neon Speeders tonight. Um, they're a Silver Series car, so they're the mid grade from Hot Wheels. Um, I've seen and had a bunch of them. I haven't opened any of them that I know of, maybe a couple. Um, I actually got this mix too. These first 8 we're going to do. I was heading back from a work trip down in South Texas. I just happened to pull into this Walmart that I stop at in Ocampo, or I'm sorry, Wharton, Texas. After I got fuel at Buc-ee's, I went into Walmart about 10 minutes to 9. And believe it or not, that Walmart Supercenter, it closes at 9 p.m. But nonetheless, I walked in there because I didn't go down into that one on the way down there. And they just so happened to be stocking the shelves. And this was the only box of any Hot Wheels they were putting out. And it happened to be a box of these Neon Speeders. So I was glad to get those. Of course, I asked, I said, hey, are you putting these out? She goes, if you want that box, take the whole thing. It just saves us work. So they opened it up for me. I checked it out. I said, oh, yeah, I don't have any of these. I'm going to get the whole set. I took a few that were out that were in there. I think it's a box of 12 or 16. Made sure I had all 8, in the set, and I put the other ones up on the shelf. Again, it's 2025 Mix 2. So it'll be these two, these, these, and the last two. I don't know if it is on purpose, but car 7 and 8 are double diecast variants. So I definitely wasn't crazy about the 2018 Copo Camaro until I realized when I was keeping these things from them coming out of a trade or sale post, this double diecast, and so was the BMW 2002. But I wasn't crazy about them when I bought them. I liked them because a lot of them were desirable castings, and the flare is kind of cool. It's different, and I knew they were a little bit more of a detailed car. But the more and more you kind of study them, and the more and more you look at them, they all have front and rear, detailing or tampos. The double diecast variant in a couple of the series, this mixed one stack we're going to go through tonight too. This Porsche 993 GT2, it's a double diecast variant. And when you start looking at the intent and the design of that series, you get it. Like, I mean, dragons. I mean, that's obviously real popular over there in Asia. And just the way it kind of blends with the card art, and I've grown to like them a lot more. And I'm so glad they're not going anywhere. Some of the cars that actually did sell or trade over the past 6 months or year from a bunch of different Neon Speeders, I'd like to reacquire because I'm kind of regretting that I got rid of them now. But nonetheless, I want to get them out tonight, show them to y'all, put them on the turntable. They're going to look really good on the only silicone mat, that I do have for my turntable. I'm trying to work on getting some different colors to help get some better light contrast on some of them. But this will be a nice one. These are really nice, diecast, units from Hot Wheels for $3 when you find them on the shelf at Walmart. Um, I'm assuming they're an exclusive. I haven't seen them anywhere else except Walmart, and I'm not even sure if the Silver Series, it may actually be exclusive to Walmart for all I know. Because as best of my knowledge, like I talked about in a previous video, I don't think I've seen Silver Series cars elsewhere, with the exception of Walmart. So again, we'll do this 2025 Mix 2. It's those I just showed y'all, and this is a portion of the set from Mix 1. This is car 1. Car 3, I think the the Chevelle is car 6, and the Porsche down on the bottom is car 8. And then this other one over here, riding solo, is I believe last year's variant. I didn't mark it. I marked all the rest of them, but it's a McLaren GTR. I think this is a 2024 car. unless this may be a 2025 Mix 3. But I had one other car in this set. It was the BMW orange M3 GT2. Um, again, a very nice car. I probably shouldn't have got rid of, but again, I'll start getting on the hunt for them again and getting them because I'm really coming back to them. We all make mistakes. We all go through this. We all go in phases, in diecast, but they're really cool. Once you get to digest them and start looking at them, they're they're nice. So give them a second chance if you haven't already. If you've been passed on them for a while, hopefully this will give you some perspective on what they actually look like and how good they are for the value. But give us just a second. We'll kind of get rearranged here and pause the camera. I'll put it in front of y'all so y'all can get a better look at everything we're opening up tonight. And I'll cut the cards open. We'll crack the bushes on them and see what they got to work with. So give us just a minute. Stand by. I'll have the missus pause the camera. She's helping me out tonight because we've got a quiet house, and I will get going. Stand by. Okay, man, I'm soaked with excitement. If I'm being honest, so car number one is a Honda Prelude, '98 model. Again, this is 2025 Mix 2. This is the set we're going to open up tonight. And so, like I said, Silver Series. I love the Honda Prelude. These were a very desirable car when I was in junior high and high school when they come out. In this variant, they were around prior to this body style. But this was such a desirable car. If you even remotely loved anything JDM or import, and a very well put together car, I might add. There's a reason why it has the popularity that it has. But there's the card art for it. Flat undercarriage. It's got the muffler. And that's about it. Looks like someone stuck a bullet hole through the keyhole of the trunk. Little moonroof action. G-ready livery. Not a bad looking car. All right, trying to get her set up so she'll autofocus. It's kind of hard to distinguish is actually what it is, because there's so much going on with that livery on the side. And obviously, once you see the front of the rear, bingo, it's a on a Prelude. But again, what I love about these things, and I'm going to keep going back to it, is you get kind of overtaken by just the design of this series, and you kind of overlook a lot of the details they do put into the cars, on the front and the rear, and the flat paint on a couple of these really helps the neon, the chartreuse colors kind of pop. But again, very glad that I decided to keep these and put them in my collection because the JDM cars are, I mean, they're all nice, right? But I'd love to have these with all my JDM and import cars. All right, next up, car number 2 in the series, Mazda RX-7. I believe this is the first gen. Doesn't say what year it is. But every time I see one of these cars, you know what I think? I love the RX-7. I don't know a whole lot about a rotary motor. I know how it works and what it consists of. Never built one, never really worked on one, but they're a very desirable car for a lot of reasons, especially the generation after this. But these cars are cool. I mean, for what they are, they make a lot of power if you know how to get it out of them. And these things don't weigh nothing, so they're little rockets. And anything, an old MX-3 or RX, anything Mazda rotary is in the right hands, man. It can be dangerous. Plastic base. A little more detail on this one. Such a cool little car. Man, that thing is bright. Again, I can't say it enough. Every time you get these things out of the package, you always wonder why you didn't do it sooner. All right. Car number 3 out of the series. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer 2008. The only thing I will say about this car in relation to the rest of them is it does look a little bit out of scale, but we'll just see how bad it is. I mean, the RX-7 is really tiny. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like a lot bigger car than the rest of them. It may not really be. Let's check it out. Got some decent detail. It's not great, but getting a little better. That's the rear. All right. Side. Makes you want to play Gran Turismo. It's a cool little car. Pink with the green. It kind of reminds me of the same paint scheme and livery as the VW Beetle we opened up. I'm not sure what year mix it was from, but it almost has the same exact paint colors. Nicely done. Very nice. All right. Car number 4 from 2025 Mix 2. It's going to be a A86 Corolla Toyota. Let's get the big knife. Okay. All right. Nice little detail. This one doesn't have flat paint. Flat paint. It's more of a gloss. Blue tint windshields. Right-hand drive. Look at there. A little skill in the front. I'm gonna start checking these things for Easter eggs or something in the back of this thing, but you can't tell what it is. There you have it. That pink interior really works. That wouldn't be nor something I would say or agree with, but on this car it fits. It's a nice casting. I'm not like a super big fan of this car. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but I don't know much about them. I wasn't around a whole lot of them, but they're nice. Obviously, this one wouldn't have been here, it being right-hand drive. All right, these next two are probably, before I found these two were double diecast variants, were probably going to be the two that I like the most. I mean, I like the Prelude. I like the RX-7. I mean, I like these two as well, but the Fairlady has some really nice detailing. And I like that casting in that car in general. And obviously, anything Porsche is going to be right up my alley. But car number 5 out of 2025 Mix 2, Datsun Fairlady 2000. But this thing's going to be a real China doll. I only have one or two other cars like this in this casting. We opened one up from that Japan Originals or Japan Origins, nicer mainline variant a few weeks ago. Love the side exit exhaust or Bluetooth. See that? Got the Bluetooth exhaust. See? Look at that. Beautiful. Even better on the front. Oh, yeah. What a sweetheart. So far, probably a fan favorite for me, believe it or not. Orange interior, I'm not crazy about, but it is some nice contrast with the pink and the white. And the pink is actually outlined in that same color orange. All right, car number 6 is going to be the Porsche 934 Turbo RSR. This car is definitely not as nice as the car from X1, but it's still, I got a soft spot for him. A lot of people do. And obviously, the Porsches are always the ones that get swiped from the shelves. They're always the ones everybody wants. The ones that are probably less quantified in the boxes. Oh, this one's backwards. All right. A little detailing here and there. Oh, yeah. Look at them fat fenders, boy. Look at that. See? For $3. Huh? Can't complain, man. Can't complain. The song on Bad Boys 1 is dun 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 dun. That's what it reminds me of. I can't remember what model. I think that was a 911 in that movie. I should know that for the love of God. Um, but the way this car has the bulges and all the body kit treatment, the way it's designed, or the way it came. Let me restate that. This thing is just not cooperating. But this is definitely a nice one. The Fairlady Z has been knocked off the pier. This one's taking the throne. This matte black it's nice. It's almost like a super, super dark gray. And that green is just the right amount of contrast. Very nice. Very, very, very happy with this one for sure. All right. Double die cast time. Car number 7. It's an 18 Copo Camaro SS. I bet this thing's going to be really, really, really nice. We'll just have to see. Beautiful. Nice change of pace. They actually painted it. Instead of leaving like a zinc finish. Obviously, it was probably to get the rocker molding color just to match. Missed some taillights on that one. Unless it comes that way. The Copos are a lot different than the standard street car. It's shiny, man. The car's got super good weight to it. This one's almost pulling out all the stops. That thing looks good. That gloss black paint really kind of helps set this one apart. I mean, the Toyota AE86 Corolla has that gloss paint too, but This one here, it's up a notch from that one for sure. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the rear tail lights. They should both be colored in red, but they're not. But beyond that, just check some boxes. All right. Last car of this set and mix is going to be the car number 8 BMW 2002. Again, double die-cast variant. Really curious to see the overall fit and feel quality of this car. I have a couple of these in the main lines, but this one will be an extra special treat, being a double die-cast variant, and it's got detailing on it front and rear, being a Silver Series. Man, like a spoon. It's all right. Wheels ain't that great. They could have done something a little different with the wheels. Again, this one here, it's overall pretty nice, but I would like to see a little bit of color on those wheels, a little maybe chartreuse yellow like the paint or something. Okay, so we're going on to mix 1 from 2025. Start off with car number 1. It's going to be the 70 Honda N600. We opened up this car on one of the VW Beetles, or one of the VW videos. I had the Mad Manga. It's stowed away in the jammer cases. I do not have this car. It is literally everywhere. I don't want it. Whatever. And I actually gave this car up, but I'm going to get it again because I'm pretty sure it's a double die-cast variant. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have gave it up. Anyway, this is car number 1. This is a cute little casting. I like the yellow jacket on the side of this one too. This school mascot, if you will. I don't know if it's a yellow jacket or a wasp. Truth be known, it's probably a wasp, but it looks the same. You can't tell the way this thing's colored. It's a little lunch tray. Look at that. I mean, it's all there. Front too. Nice job, HW. Nice job. Little guy looks like a micro machine on this turntable compared to them other cars. But man, this chartreuse yellow is definitely brighter than the BMW, in my opinion. It's neon. There ain't no denying that's yellow. Neon yellow. Just the right amount of blue. I like the outline rim on the wheel in blue. Kind of the anodized, matches the interior. All right, next car is number 3 out of mix 1. For all you JDM purists, this is probably going to be a real treat for you. This is a Nissan Silvia S13. I bet this car is probably going to be, besides the Porsche on the bottom, it's going to be a real treat to look at because I like the Dragons. And on this car with the pink wheels, it's not overdone. It's done just right. This is a very desirable car in casting. So this one should be a real treat. Let's see what it's got. Plain Jane bottom. HKS suspension. See? What's going on here? All right. Yeah. If you don't like that, I can't help you. I don't know. There's not a whole lot wrong with all that. All right. Car number 6 out of 2025 Mix 1. It's going to be the Super Snake Chevelle. I don't really know what kind of style you would consider this. Chevelle, I've seen a couple other castings done like this from a bunch of different manufacturers. I guess you can kind of consider it like a Pro Touring Elite. It's got this kind of big body kit on it. Wide stance. It's cool. It's something different. I mean, the 70 Chevelle is a very desirable car for a lot of reasons. These things are neat. Big old cow hood, monster chin spoiler. Bulges with the fender well flares, big spoiler on the back. Shouldn't this car have? I don't think that's an appropriate rear for the back of this car. It should have the single tail lights. I could be wrong. Oh, okay. I see what it is now. You see it behind the bumper. Got the old boom tubes at the side. $454. Big block Chevrolet. Yeah, this thing's rad. It's done nice. No complaints. Okay. The fourth car out of the Mix 1 that I have is this double diecast variant Porsche 993 GT2. This thing is probably going to be the one that steals the show. I will do a little recap like I did on one of these videos here recently where I line all these up and drag the camera across the desktop and just kind of give y'all a review of everything we opened up tonight. And it kind of gives me a chance to go back and go, that was my favorite. No, that's the second favorite. Or no, maybe this is my favorite. Et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, this thing is, yeah, it's got that dark horse stallion on the side. Look at that. Look at that detailing. Beautiful. Looks real good like this. Man, it's a pretty car. Very nice. Super heavy. Heavier than that Camaro by a good bit. All right. I hate to be biased, but this is definitely my favorite. Both Porsches probably. The runner-up is going to be a toss-up. We still got the McLaren to open. Keep that in mind. I'm not a huge fan of those cars. I mean, they're great and they're superior and they're a supercar and they're well known, but they're just not like in my top 5. But I would say this car so far is probably my favorite. The other Porsche is probably number 2, and number 3 would probably go to the Silvia. If I'm being honest, but I want to give you all a little bit extra time with this one because it's that nice. All right. Last but not least, I believe this is a 2024. Couldn't tell you what mix this is, but here's the rest of what's in that series. This thing ought to be all right. Looks like an EV vehicle, electric vehicle. It's not, but come on, Mattel, where you at? tell you another car and the style has had to, because this car definitely looks better on display than it does in someone's fat fingered hands. This is a good one to keep too. Like I said, now that they're out and I'm looking at them, they're really growing on me. They're just so different, and they do have some nice quality and some nice detail. So anyway, we'll keep that to 30 minutes or so for tonight. Like I said, I was dying to open these things up a lot more than I ever thought I would. I may have one or two. Obviously, I had the VW already out, and I think I have one or two more maybe. But I was really happy to open these up with everybody and let y'all get a good look at them. Um, a few favorites we have. Like I said, I'll do a recap here in a minute, but definitely the later Porsche from Mix One, the Mix Two Porsche, and then the toss up is going to be between that Fairlady and probably the Nissan Silvia. But give me just a second, I'll give y'all a little pass by of all these things lined up, and we'll do a recap. All right, so 98 Honda Prelude, nice car, good contrast with the black and the orange. The Mazda RX-7, blue anodized wheels are nice, no complaints there. Mitsubishi Lancer, Toyota AE86 Corolla, Fairlady 2000. This, I believe, was a 9.3, I can't remember, 936. 2018 Copo Camaro, BMW 2002, the 70 Honda Civic Custom, more or less. S13 Nissan, the Custom 70 Chevelle. This was a Porsche 993 GT2 and McLaren the F M1. I can't remember. So there you have it. We had 3 double diecast variants in this group. Opened up tonight. 2 different mixes, actually 3, because I'm not sure where the McLaren come from. This one was double diecast. The BMW 2002 and the 2018 Copo Camaro. Definitely my favorite of the group. We'll end it there. I want to thank everyone for taking 33 minutes or so out of their day and their weekend to watch and enjoy this film with Diversified Diecast. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Hope you guys continue, watching the content and enjoying it. Again, we're going to be stepping the game up, getting some a mail drop box of some Tarmac Works, some mini GTs, a few more M2s. We'll open those up on the channel whenever I get those in the next couple of days. I got a bunch more nicer mainlines to open up. We're going to do some lower production M2 openings. Same thing for some Giant Lightnings. I don't think I've opened very many Giant Lightnings. I got some Giant Lightning cars that I've kept for a while. They're low productions and kind of rarities, if you will. They're in tins. Lots of good stuff coming up. So keep watching. Watch for those video alerts whenever they drop. Make sure you watch them and let me know what you want to see. If you want to see something different, you want to see a little more of this, a little more of that. Put it out there. That's what the comment section's for. Again, sorry I missed Friday Night Greenlight. I will see you guys this weekend. I got some more videos to drop. Appreciate all the support. Have a good night.